Hey everyone, welcome back to Milwaukee Uncut. We've got Mr. New York, legendary DJ in the area. He's opened up for Pauly D, Travis Scott, 2 Chainz, T-Pain, many more. He's at 720 on Saturdays, most Saturdays, every Saturday?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday you can find him at 720, sometimes with our friends, Chef Adam Pollack and Eric Kennedy.
Oh.
Sober in bottle service, absolute machine. Who else can pull that off at 720? I don't know. And then R&B Tuesdays at the Miramar.
Every Tuesday.
The Crash Dummies gave you a nice shout out.
Did they?
Oh yeah,
Those are my boys.
720 Tuesdays. I asked if I should come along. They said I'd be the only guy who looks like me, but I'd be good with them. I'd be good with them. That might be a good Milwaukee Uncut video sometime. Richie goes to R&B Tuesdays at the Miramar. He's followed by Shane Gillis on Instagram and goes by the handle Wild Ass Brandis with 2 money signs for the S's. How can you not love that? Mr. New York, welcome to Milwaukee
How's
Uncut.
it going, Richie? Thank you for having me, man.
Thanks for coming on. Good to see you again. Oh, I didn't even mention Jordan Love ruining your sobriety in the introduction. We'll have to get into that. Your 80-day streak you had going. We'll do a little cliffhanger and leave the audience hanging. But how did you get into all this? Are you from the area?
I was born in New York, but I pretty much was raised here. I've been here since I was 8 years old. My mom and dad at the time, they were, coming and going together. And my mom wanted to follow where her sister was at the time, and that happened to be Milwaukee, so that's where we were stationed at. And then my dad eventually moved here because he was stationed in New York at the time. And yeah, I pretty much grew up here in Milwaukee since I was 8 years old.
Where'd you go to high school?
Custer High School, MPS school, terrible, terrible place.
Did you go to college, or when did you start DJing?
I did not. I never went to college. Actually, after high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I was, I used to throw these little events, like little kickbacks, I was working a day job at the time, and my dad told me, like, hey, why don't you just take this serious? It seems like you like throwing, like, parties. And I eventually did. And it started from 10 people to 100 people to a few thousand people where I headlined Summerfest. And a lot of people have followed me every night, and it's been a blessing.
So your dad, he was supportive of you not going to college and just being like, you like this, you're passionate about it, you could do this, which I think is rare. Yeah,
my dad just recently just passed away, actually 2 weeks ago. But he was literally big. No,
sorry to hear that.
Totally fine. He was my biggest supporter. Like anything I wanted to do, he pretty much helped me out with. Yeah. Actually, he was my security guard at my house parties back in the day. And he would let me rent out a few things, like his house, because he used to own houses and stuff. And he would let me rent out his spaces to throw my parties and events sometimes.
What age were you doing this?
I was, I want to say it had to be like 20, 21. Yeah, the house party days, I was like 20, 21.
Any good stories from your dad letting you rent his houses to throw house parties in? Did you get busted with anything at any point in time?
One time I got busted by the cops, actually, one time, and they beat me up in the basement. It was crazy. My dad, he was actually there, and it almost turned into a little argument right there because, he was overprotective about me. But that one was pretty
The cops
intense.
beat you up in the basement.
The cops beat me up in the basement, Milwaukee Police Department.
What did you do?
I threw a legal party, technically.
A legal?
A legal party. It was a house
okay.
party, and they busted it down before it even started because some people around the neighborhood found out about it before it even happened. Because I was notorious for doing like parties.
Did you have to serve jail time at all?
I did not. No, okay. I was in a police car. It was actually New Year's Eve. I don't remember what year, but
oh man,
it was New Year's Eve, and I was in a police car for like about an hour, and they let me go. And my dad drove me to the house, and funny story. He was like, you know what? Like, let's just do the party in the back of the house, and we did. We just threw a party at the house that we were living at the time, and he wasn't happy about that because there was a lot of throw up he had to pick up. But
after the police incident,
your
dad still let you send it?
Oh yeah, my dad was. I'm telling you, he was.
What a legend.
He really
What
was.
else did he do? He owned houses?
He owned houses. He did a lot of what is it called? He worked at Century 21 at the time. He did a lot of he just worked on like home improvement stuff, and he loved his Harley Davidson. Like that's just what the story of my dad.
That's cool. So you're doing that, and then did that evolve into DJ gigs and you building the career you have out of it?
Yeah, so at that time, I really wasn't even a DJ at the time. I was just throwing parties, and I used to hit the iPod, and you know, I really wasn't a real DJ. And then I want to say in 2015, 2014, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to send it and just try to learn how to DJ. And yeah, that's how the history of me becoming a DJ. I actually started DJing 10, 11 years ago.
Where were some of the first spots in Milwaukee you were DJing at?
Bamboo Lounge at the time, which is on the like south
side.
Yep, Mitchell. It's on Mitchell's Mitchell Street. Yep, I used to work there. I used to work at a lot of south side spots, and then I wanted to get my feet wet downtown. And my first party I did, it was a Wednesday night party. Shout out an RP. Bad Genie, one of the most legendary spots. I missed that spot.
Were you a big Bad Genie fan, right? Yeah,
the Scorpion shots.
Oh yeah.
I did a Wednesday party there. My buddy Eli, he was like, "Yo, like I was just so eager to like get in the club in downtown on a Friday night." He was like, "No, you're not doing a Friday night because we're pretty busy." And I'm assuming their Wednesday night was like probably struggling at the time.
He's like, night. Throw this guy in the game.
And I'm telling you, like the Wednesday night party there was like crazy. We did Mo Functional, and it lasted about like a year or two, and it was the craziest party. It was a mix of dance music and hip hop at the time, and you know it really wasn't a lot of hip hop being played in the club back in the day, and that transcended Mike Edler to find where I was at. So he came to see me at Mango's Cafe on a Monday where me and my buddy Alberto worked at. And Mike Edler was like, yo.
Mike Edler was Dixon 720.
Yes, correct. And at the time, I don't think 720 was him yet. It was only Tony Scoofus, and Tony Scoofus didn't know who the hell I was at that time.
Was Jonathan Newby working there at the time?
Yes, correct.
Newby Stottle.
Yes.
Guy just loves giving his life philosophy to everyone, so I call him Newby Stottle.
Yeah, I love Newby. Shout out to Newby.
What a great guy.
Yeah, and Mike pretty much hired me at Dick's, and then when I actually got to do the grand opening of after Dick's was done, we moved to 720, the Thursday party we had where ladies drunk free, and yeah, that's the history of me. Like, you know, that's when I built the relationship from Dick's, 720. And Bad Genie.
I mean, did you ever cross paths with the absolute nightlife mogul, Johnny Bowles, back in the day of the Modus life?
I don't think so. I don't think I did.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Okay, we'll cut that part. Just all-time buffoonery right there.
Maybe I did though.
If you had any story, you'd know if you did.
Okay.
Kind of guy who told people he owned like 7 nightclubs, but was just kind of a promoter. Kind of good.
Oh, yeah, I think I did meet that guy one time.
Probably.
There's always a few.
Oh yeah, in your industry, how is it pretty easy to fish out who's a poser?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Call it all hat, no cattle.
I mean, I can spot a fake promoter from a mile away. Like I promote at this club, and no, my guy, you're probably just doing a free bottle and bringing a bunch of girls.
You're not the owner of this place.
I call a promoter who's actually being paid and employed by the club. There's a lot of posers out there for sure.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, any biggest breaks that stand out to you?
Breaks as far as
just kind of like getting your career to the next level. Any I'll rephrase it. Any moments where you're like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. Kind of thing,
yeah,
that stand out. Any early ones for you?
Okay, the first time I did Summerfest, that was pretty awesome.
What year was this?
2016. I was Ishtar's DJ at the time.
Oh, and he was real hot.
Yeah,
then, right.
Yep,
just
Too Bad
coming
was
up.
just blowing up. Right, we went on tour. Then he ended up getting a movie deal at the time for White Boy Rick. But like, yeah, we opened up for,
So you would have been early-ish 20s at this. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
like 2016 was that long ago, but
Yeah.
I guess it was damn near 10 years ago.
yeah. And at
Yeah.
this time, I remember Jason Derulo was headlining the stage that we were on. And it was, I kid you not, it was like 10,000 people at 5 p.m. where our slot was. And I remember putting his border on my DJ table and said Ishdar, and the kids were screaming, raving. Like, I'd never seen something like that. And I was just proud to be a moment in Milwaukee history. Like, I feel like he was one of the first local rappers to like have that slot and pack it up like that. Like, I've never seen it before.
Is he still rapping?
I believe so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Because he got in some legitimate movies, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
he was in
acting with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
I think?
White Boy Rick. Yep.
Yeah.
So we were actually on tour. I was with him when he got the call to do that movie. I wasn't with him when he made it, but like, yeah, like it was pretty awesome. I was super happy for him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any biggest career struggles that you've had to work your way through? Any times where you've been just been like, well, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah, after COVID, I mean, when COVID took a hit and we had that sit down mandate, I really thought like that's the way the clubs were just going. Like, I didn't know when we were going to be able to stand up and dance. Like, I remember one time it was Halloween at 720 and we had to move sections. We had to create chairs for it was the weirdest Halloween party I've ever been a part of. And
Halloween 2000, I'm guessing?
Yes. And it was so weird. The clubs had just opened back up and then they were like, no, actually you guys have to sit down because you're going to catch COVID if you don't sit down.
But yeah, it's such a weird time to think back to.
It's crazy. It's been 5 years.
Yeah, I know. It does not. It just doesn't
Seems
feel
like yesterday,
ago.
honestly.
Yeah, I think so does 2016. We're just getting old over here.
Yep.
You're still on the front end of your 30s, though. I'm on the back half of that.
I always feel older though, because like everybody at the club is like 21 mostly.
Oh yeah, well that's your fault.
Yeah, that's true. That is
You're
true.
the one.
That's true.
You're the one at 720 every week with a bunch.
I'm
there's some
relatable.
old guys there though. There's some older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here and there, but it's mostly like I feel like club scene is like younger, freshly 21 to like 28, and then you get a few 40s, and you know. I don't think it's
Even
worth it.
Bree and I going in the field for this stuff, and I'm 37 and Bree's 30, because we'll go into like the Harp before basketball games and kind of those kind of bars. We're not there late at night. Like I'll go out, you know, a few times a year,
you
but
catch the
kind of
early
like in the
setting.
afternoon where we're around a bunch of college kids, or talking to them, and it's
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love your content that you put out there too.
we appreciate it. We're having a good time doing it. I just need some of this before going in the field usually.
I feel that.
Yeah, don't really have the
I'm gonna have to give me
self-confidence to pull that off. Oh, yeah, we'll get you some. We got, talking right now, I'll just plug this to the camera. Actually, I'm going to ruin the display. Oh, we got a can here. Milwaukee Uncut Tropical Pale Ale dropping in July. I need to get you an invite to. We have the launch party.
Oh, nice.
That coming up. Would love if you want to swing by there.
Oh, yeah.
And a river cruise on the Duffy boats. Milwaukee
really?
Uncut River Takeover.
Oh, that's cool.
It will probably be announced this week, July 15th or 16th, whatever that Tuesday is. One of those.
Okay.
Just visit MilwaukeeUncut.com or go to our social media, whoever's listening. Okay, let's move into some songs about DJing. So when people request songs, what is the right way and the wrong way to go about that?
So it's never no wrong way to request a song.
You're
be
being
honest with you.
nice.
I am being nice because when you look back at it, I know it sounds like so cliche, but when people are like trying to get your attention, and how can they get your? So I understand. I hate the phone thing, but I also understand it a little bit. And when I say that,
What is the phone thing?
so when
I'm
somebody,
not in the club
okay,
much.
so when somebody writes on their phone,
Okay,
and they put Bad Bunny, play Bad Bunny, right?
Got it.
And they just post it right there, and it's like, play Bad Bunny.
Do you prefer someone screaming at you?
See, that's the thing. I prefer them to talk to me as a person, but at the end of the day, how can they do that over loud
in there.
music?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'd
But it
have
also
to
does
come up to you and talk right into your ear.
correct. But how can I? Yeah, it's
Maybe if it's a very attractive female, not so bad. Everyone else probably don't
that
want
happened to
that.
me in Chicago once. I was in her conversation. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, it's my birthday. I was like, oh, happy birthday. Can you shout it out? I was like, I don't know where the microphone is at. They're my first time DJing this spot. By the way, it was Tim Roof in Chicago. Amazing spot in Wrigley Field. If anybody never been there, amazing spot.
Wrigleyville.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's called Tin Roof. It's a bar right across the street from the Cubs, where the Cubs
Oh,
play.
no, yeah. Gets wild down there.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Got
Terrible place to park, but yeah. It's
terrible
amazing.
place to park. A lot of bros everywhere.
Yep.
Can be a great time, though, if you're
Yeah.
getting after it.
And I was there when the White Sox were playing the Cubs. I was like, ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, I was getting
any
death
Chicago
threats.
fights break out.
Yeah.
You were getting death threats.
Yeah,
Were you
'cause
wearing a Sox hat?
I was wearing a Yankees hat.
Oh, so you just wanted to alienate everyone in the room.
Yeah.
You didn't choose a side.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna say, I'm gonna choose one team everyone hates
Yep.
instead of just half the people.
Pretty
smart,
much.
really smart. Oh man. So is the good way to go about it? Is there a good way?
I don't think there is a good way to go
Not
about
a good
it, to
way
be honest with you.
or a bad way.
You know why? Because a lot of people just don't know how to read the room. Like
Agreed.
they think about themselves of what they would enjoy versus what everybody would probably enjoy. And
Mm-hmm.
I do listen though. Like I'm like, all right, if it's a song that I might be able to fit in, I'll definitely play it.
Yep.
I remember one time this lady, and I'm a Swiftie, by the way. I love Taylor Swift. But this girl says, play Taylor Swift with her phone, and she really caused a fit. Like, you might want to rewind, and I'll show you the video, and you probably will post it, but she goes in my face, and she was literally pouting in her pink shirt just like this, like, because I didn't play Taylor Swift as quick as I could. It was like, play it right now, like type of thing.
Yeah, for people listening, do you go in with a set?
No,
Or
I
you just-
freestyle.
You're freestyle.
Yeah,
Do any DJs really go in with a set, or is it all pretty much freestyle when they're at the club?
I think they freestyle when they're at the club. I don't know.
Okay.
I think they prepare for the spots that they're at, but
Yep.
I think they're just freely just
And
going.
you're
about
doing
that.
it so much.
Yeah.
Pat from the Crash Dummies
Mm-hmm.
is wondering thoughts on bottle girls' faves when they serve.
Spot faves. What do they mean?
Do you understand that question, Brie?
Faves.
Maybe we can just take this whatever direction we want. Is there a favorite? Do they have a favorite type of guy in bottle service? Maybe if guys are looking to meet women in the bottle service section, do you have any advice for them?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's what Pat was referring to at all, but maybe we
Probably.
can go that route.
Yeah, we can go that route. Yeah, the guy they're looking. They love the drug dealers for sure, because they spend a lot of money. They love people who are into crypto.
Because they probably throw a lot of money
Yeah,
around.
correct.
Okay.
They blow it.
Okay.
They blow it. Which I'm not saying you shouldn't do.
No, we do not give. New York and I are not giving financial advice today for those
Do
listening.
you? It's 2025. Do what your heart tells you to do.
Not endorsed by the FDIC. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so girls like crypto guys, bottle girls,
Bottle
crypto
girls
guys,
love crypto guys,
drug dealers,
drug dealers, and
athletes are not
they love athletes.
love
for sure.
athletes. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Are they trying to? Is that just because the money that they'll get tipped out, or
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like bartenders like that too. You know, they all want the people to tip really well in the nightlife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I got tipped more.
No one comes up and tosses the DJ money. It's one of those gigs where the bottle service girls come in with like wads of cash,
yeah.
and you're just.
I'm just sitting there like
Yeah.
I played all the music. I'm like, all right, you guys would think about me one day.
My first like real job ever was I worked at a golf course cleaning golf carts and picking up the range. I think it was sophomore year of high school, and I was getting paid. I mean, this would have been in like the early mid 2000s. I think I was getting paid like whatever minimum wage was, $5.50 an hour or something. And the cart girls would just walk in with wads of 20s, just flirting with older men. I was like, okay, this is how the world works. It was an early lesson for my 14, 15-year-old self. So you're still dealing with that a little bit.
Yeah. Also, I forgot just one more. bottle girls love dancers. Like
So if you're
the
a guy
girls
who
at
can
Silk.
dance,
The girls at Silk.
yes.
Yeah. Exotic dancers. How about that?
Oh, they just enjoy being around them.
Yeah, because
So
again,
bottle girls enjoy going to strip clubs.
no, I think it's the other way around. Exotic dancers love going to the club
Oh, okay.
and buying a lot of bottles and then throwing money on the girls, making them dance like they do.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've seen it many times. Bottle girls do love exotic dancers for sure.
So the girls from Silk or some of the other establishments will come to 720 after their gig.
Or if they're a day, like their days off, because
Days off.
probably not working, probably somebody's birthday.
And they're
they'll-
just
they'll go ball out.
And after getting rained on, they make it rain in turn,
Correct.
circulating the economy.
Correct.
I'm learning shit today.
Yeah.
Nice. And for, I'd say, a decent amount of guys listening, do they have a chance of going home with a bottle service girl? Or does that rarely happen? Or is it kind of like picking up a bartender in a way? Does that happen often or not really?
Well, I'm going to get ridiculed for this. So I think bottle girls truly like losers.
No way.
I really think so. Based on my, like, looking back at it, like, because I've worked with a lot of
Well, I mean,
bottle
you've been
girls.
in this industry for decades now with how early you started.
Yeah, or bottle girls like the DJ. There are some that like
Our
the DJ.
guy right here.
And he might be a loser too. That's me.
I'm not getting that vibe from you. I'm really enjoying this episode so far.
I'm a big joker, so like I know some of this stuff is gonna be like
I'm learning a lot about life and enjoying it, and I don't even know if we're halfway through so far. Okay, so this is interesting. So if you want to dominate the bottle service area, and you're a guy, so we're taking if you're an exotic dancer, you're just gonna do well regardless with men and women in there. But everyone's gonna love you.
yeah.
So be a drug dealer, crypto guy, or a different kind of loser,
Yeah. Yeah.
or an athlete, which not many people can be.
I mean, bottle girls do love athletes. They do. Everyone loves when an athlete comes in the club, for sure.
Who tips better, the athletes or the crypto guys or the drug dealers? Who tips the best? I've known some athletes who are very cheap people. They make a lot of money.
Yeah. But I have met
Not all of them. I
won't
don't
say
want
the
to. I don't
names,
want to
but
cast a blanket.
yeah.
It just
there's a few that has a Supermax contract and they'll tip really well. Tip more than other people. But I think honestly, it's the crypto boys that tip the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the crypto boys tip the best from my understanding.
They seem like the kind of guys who want to flex in the club
Yeah,
too. Even though they may have less money than the athletes and the drug dealers, they're just
Yeah.
okay. That was good. Thank you for the question, Pat. I don't know if that was the answer that we were looking for at all.
I hope
but
so.
That was a good question. I hope so. What are the craziest after parties you've brought celebrities to? Or do you have a good story about that?
So, actually, yeah. So I did a party. I threw a party on a Monday for Kodak Black, the rapper, and it was super last minute. I kid you not. I promoted it 2 hours before the club opened. I found the club. So basically, this is what happened. So Kodak Black's team, they came into town for the Sexy Red concert that was canceled, but they still stayed in Milwaukee, hung out the whole weekend, and Kodak Black's team, they asked for somewhere to go to eat on a Monday. I tried to refer Carnivore because they wanted like fish and stuff, but I had to send them to Carson's because Carson's was open on a Monday. So while they're waiting, I was like, all right. They wanted to go to a club, and the club that's open on a Monday isn't the style of probably music that they want to hear. So I said, you know what? I'm going to throw them a party. I was like, YOLO, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Yeah. No one can show up, right, on a Monday. I posted it. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen on my story. My story reached like 3,000 people. I think people were just sending it around like he's serious. And thank God that they believed me, and I packed the club up in time right before he got there, but it was super cool. Like, I threw a party for Kodak Black. Who can say that? Like, not a lot of people can say that.
That's sick. let's get to the part of the episode when we talk about how Jordan Love ruined your sobriety.
Yeah,
you made it 80 days while you were still DJing in the clubs.
79, but I always counted like, you always have to round it up to 80. But yeah, he doesn't even know about this, but I was sober at the time. I went 79 days sober.
What were you planning on going?
I don't know. I didn't have a finish line.
So you might still be sober if he never ruined it.
Possibly,
Okay.
but that doesn't matter. I knew one day I was probably going to drink again, though.
Yeah.
Like I just felt it coming. I was
what
like,
what time of year was this?
It was early. It was right after the playoffs, so we had just lost like 2 or 3 weeks after that. It was probably February.
Okay,
so it was after the Super Bowl.
Not a bad time. So you did it. You were dry January.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Extended dry January.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and he came to the club, Jordan Love, with Shane Gillis, another great guy, and he offered me. He showed mad love. Just said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he introduced himself. I introduced myself, and yeah, the party went on. And he offered me a drink. He was like, "Yo, like, would you like a shot?" And we took a shot together. I was like, "I'm not going to tell my quarterback no, like my QB number one." And so we did a shot, and it was good. It was a good night. He's a great guy.
Did you have some shots after that 1-2? Did you break
Absolutely.
the seal and then you had a drink in 80
Absolutely.
days?
I had a few beers.
made up for it.
Yep, and I was nervous because I was like, "Oh snaps, Jordan Love's behind me."
yeah. Then you got.
I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
No, then you got to hit your PAL, perfect alcohol level, where you're DJing. You got to shoot out of the nerve zone into the PAL zone.
And after that, I had a few drinks and I was mellow. I was all right. The party was good.
You can't overdo it and get into the danger zone.
Correct.
Yep. Got to just float on that level.
I work pretty good in the danger zone though. I'm not gonna lie. I never noticed I'm in the danger zone until the club turns the lights on and I'm just looking like a zombie, like, oh my God.
Does anyone else notice though? Because maybe you just have a very wide PAL zone. Like some people have a very narrow one.
Yeah, some people say they didn't notice I was like intoxicated. But then some days they're like, yeah, I knew you were intoxicated that night.
Some people just have a few drinks and go straight to the danger zone.
Yeah.
They just can't handle it. I'm sure you see those people.
Oh yeah. Some people need training wheels.
That are all the time. Exactly. We met at Dame's Adidas event. Do you have a relationship with Adidas?
I did, yeah, I did, yeah. I pretty much worked Adidas gigs for a while, for like the last 2 years, yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Have you stood on top of a bar and performed before?
I have.
One might have came from Pat too.
You seen the video?
No, I did not see the video.
You didn't? Oh man, there's a few times.
I would love to see this, or do I not want to see this?
You might want to see it. It's pretty funny. There's a few of them though. There's one that
is that your party trick when you hit the danger zone?
I used to, before I got a dad bod, back in the day, I used to always
jump.
You're
not looking too bad over there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You too, man. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm hitting the gym most days.
Yeah, I need to hit the gym. I told myself that was going to be my New Year's resolution, and it never happened this year, but I'm still working on that.
You look like that, and you don't even hit the gym.
Yeah,
you got some good genetics. I'd be out to here if I didn't do that. A bad metabolism.
I'm hiding my stomach a little bit, so
you're doing it well. Okay, where were we? Okay, so that's kind of your danger zone, former danger zone trick. Of your 20s.
Yes, I used to take off my shirt and dance on.
Did you have some abs going at that point?
I did. Yeah. The sweating and
the bottle girls must have loved that.
Yeah. I would say one or two did, but yeah. And they work together. God dang.
Are you at different times or
different time zones for sure? Yeah,
okay. Different time zones. You can't be dating probably multiple bottle girls at the same club at the same time.
Probably not, yeah.
Or even in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's where the danger zone and work comes into play. You don't want that.
I mean, I think some of the best advice that I wasn't single for too long before meeting Bree between my other relationship, but like a year or so. And did you know Charles at all? He used to live in Milwaukee, played basketball. But anyway, he came back for... No, I doesn't live here anymore. Hopefully not listening. Good guy, and I just called him out. But this was a long time ago. But I remember running into him at Metromart on Halloween. He's like, "Richie, what you up to this weekend, man?" And I'm like, I tell him whatever I'm doing. He's like, man, got my girl from DC coming in, so I had to tell my girl here that I got my nephew for Halloween. Then he just said, man, you gotta stay away from those window seats, bro. So if you're dating multiple people in Milwaukee, just stay away from sitting in window seats at restaurants, because you never know who's going to see you.
Oh, that's true.
Just got to go to the back room.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the back of the bar. Increase your chances.
That's true. That's
some sage words.
Yeah, I was about to say that was what do the girls do now? Clock it. There we go. They do this thing where there we go. It's called clock it.
What does clock it mean?
It's basically saying like that's true. It's maybe she knows what I'm talking about. It's like I don't use it either, but I'm like, I'm trying to get in where I fit in with the young folks. They use this clock it thing.
Okay, give me an example. I kind of like
All right,
it.
so it's like I'm gonna be so embarrassed when I rewind and look at this.
This is a 33-year-old man, by the way, with a dad bod apparently, even though I didn't notice it.
Let's say like me and you agree on something, right? Mm-hmm. Like, let's say Drake is your favorite rapper. And we're like,
so instead of being like,
yeah,
or like, bet, you just give them a little bit of this.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. These two fingers?
I think so. And are we doing it right? Are we doing it right?
We're doing it right. Clock it.
We're going to ask the chat later.
Oh, man.
Are we doing it right?
This is great. This is great. Who are these old guys? Okay.
Richie and Mr. New York.
What's your current relationship status, by the way?
I'm single.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, we could highlight you as our gem of the week.
Oh,
in
God.
one of those clips. We are definitely doing this. This is a good candidate right here. What are you looking for?
I am looking for... I don't know what I'm looking for, to be honest with you.
Maybe that's why you're single right now.
Yeah.
You're just wandering aimlessly.
Yeah.
Through
I'm not wandering.
Okay, have you gone through the entire Milwaukee dating pool? Because that can...
I don't really date that much.
Have you been dating too many club girls?
Maybe that's the problem. I've dated way too many club girls before. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Yeah.
Have you tried meeting any women at Trader Joe's or Target yet? Because Crash Dummies brought those up as places to go.
I actually agree with them on that one. I was like, those are some good ones. Even though they missed the library and like art festivals and stuff, but that's another story.
I don't think you've been going there with these issues you have going on.
I don't go to the library recently.
When was the last time you went to the Milwaukee Public Library?
It's been a while.
Grade school? Are we talking 20 years?
No, I mean, technically I had to go there to go grab, what did I have to grab? And like, it's definitely been over a decade though, that's for sure.
What would you say if a woman is watching this episode? Is there a certain age range you're going for? Yeah,
I would say 28-ish, maybe. Okay. I feel like at least. I think that's a good.
So not 21. So you're
maybe I could do 26, maybe.
Okay.
But I feel like,
are there a lot of 26-year-olds at 720, or is it a little younger than that?
No, there's a few. I'm sure. I don't know. I don't go looking.
You're just all business there these days.
I have to be. Even with everybody I work with.
A true professional.
I tried my best.
Okay, so we got the age range 25 to 30.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. What are your good qualities?
My good qualities. Mm-hmm. I'm hardworking. And I'm a great dad. I'm a dad, by the way.
Oh, you are?
I didn't tell you that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a great dad.
How old is the
At least
kid?
I think I am.
Boy or girl?
Boy.
How old?
6 and 13.
2 boys.
2 boys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is the 6-year-old crazy?
He's actually really good.
Really?
Like I got super lucky with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, not to derail, I do Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Oh, really?
And I have a high energy ADD 7-year-old, Ray Sean. And been an eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely love
Kids
the guy.
are great,
It's been a great program, but yeah, I mean, I can, drop them off after a few hours and collapse every week or every other week. And
yeah, kids are hit or miss, man. Like they're either going to drive you crazy or bring you peace.
He's a good kid, It's just like
a lot of energy.
Yeah, and I mean, like I take him to Dave & Buster's the first time we get together, and I'm like, oh, we'll have a chill time, play some games. And I'm kind of slow, and he's fast and he's running around hiding in machines.
Does he run your pockets and
inside
try to
of machines? No, he doesn't really go for the pockets much. Or like, I made the mistake of taking him to the roller skating rink.
Oh.
Well, I was hungover.
Oh, okay.
Dude, the
That'll
light
do
show, the music,
Yeah, that'll do it.
the hundreds of kids in there, me trying to find him,
Yeah.
and I can't skate.
I did that at Summerfest with my boys before.
Oh yeah, I
Terrible
can't.
time.
I'm gonna need to wait to take him there. But yeah, I asked for a walker because I can't skate, and they brought a little one for him, and I was like, no, this is for me. I just wasn't going down on that rink. But anyway, so you're a dad. That's
Yeah, I
cool.
am.
You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you got two boys.
Correct. Yeah, that's my piece. You know, when I leave work, I just go back to my boys at home, and they're really dope.
That's awesome. What would you say? Are there any red flags about you that these women should be aware of?
I'm a little toxic, I think. I think I'm a little toxic because I really no. You know, my red flag is I enjoy my work so much that I don't think like women would allow me to be me. Like I've been in a relationship before where a long-term relationship too, where she didn't allow me to be myself at work, and I felt uncomfortable. Like if I took my shirt off in the club, she would get jealous and mad, and it would be an argument at home.
Yeah, I feel like you need a secure woman working in the environment that you're in.
Yeah.
That has a lot of trust.
Yep. And I get it. Like I understand.
Oh yeah, you're
it,
around
you know.
a lot of attractive women.
Yeah.
You're a DJ.
Yeah.
Good looking guy. I mean.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been rough. It's rough out here, man.
All right. Gem of the week, Mr. New York. Love it. Okay. What a bonus for the episode. Tell me about. Going off of that. What are the best clubs and bars to go to in Milwaukee?
Okay. All right. I'm going to say I love what the brewery is doing. I love the brewery. I'm a big.
We're big fans of that place
Yeah,
too.
I
I don't
love
go
that
too
spot.
late, but
Okay.
like when we pregame to go to stuff.
You can play darts
good
in
vibe
there.
there.
You know, get a lace
Do you
pool.
DJ? Do you DJ there at all?
I don't DJ there, but I'm really cool with like a lot of the DJs that do DJ there
Yeah.
and for that company. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great spot.
720, obviously. I still love number 720. Also love Bodega. They're like a Spanish spot that's like around the corner from there. I listed 3. Whitetail. Love a good vibe at Whitetail. Play great music there. And I'm just gonna drop Garage. I love Garage
On Brady Street.
on Brady Street. I love a vibe on Brady Street.
And then if you get too intoxicated at the garage, you can walk over to Joe Katz and
Yeah.
feel right at home.
Exactly. Yep. That's right. Or Club Brady.
Club Brady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Club Brady. Yeah, I used to live off Brady Street for.
Sometimes smells like popcorn
wow.
in there, but it's a great bar.
Yeah, no, classic bar. You get that's a nice wide range
Yeah.
from you. You have a good story about Neo coming to the club?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was a after party. Well, it wasn't an after party for him, but I have a few friends that told me that they were with him and they said he wanted bottle service. So I booked it for him, gave him the DJ booth. And Neo came to the club and my buddy was playing all Neo's records when he first got there. But I was like, I'm gonna switch something up. A lot of people don't know how many songs this man has wrote and produced. So that's what I did. I'm a big R&B guy. I played, Beyonce Irreplaceable, like songs that he wrote, Mario, Let Me Love You, and a few other tracks that he like wrote for other artists, like Carrie Hilson, Knock You Down. I played like songs like
Yes.
that. And I actually got to give him a nod. I was like, I went into the microphone like, we got Neo in the building, the mother effing one of the greatest musicians of all time. And then I say, I would just, if nobody gave you your flowers, I want to give you your flowers today. And I just started dropping songs. And he was like, wow. He's like, that was impressive. He pulled me to the side. He's like, I didn't know you knew about that. Like, that's pretty dope. And he kind of gave me that nod and we took a picture and it was pretty cool. Like, yeah, that was a pretty cool night.
Dude, it's sick. Going off that, any other moments that stand out to you?
When I headlined Summerfest by myself I did it the last 2 years. I'm not doing it this year, but I did my R&B party at Summerfest in 2023, July 7th, 2023. Yeah. That's when I first did a party there. And I didn't think it was going to be, I knew it was going to be big, but I didn't know it was going to be as massive as it was. It was like 13,000 people showed up at like early too. Like they stayed and waited for me to get on stage.
What stage were you on?
Which is now, it was called the Soundwave stage at the time, but now it's bought out by Aurora.
Yeah.
So it's the Aurora Soundwave stage. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Summerfest and like local music, are there any artists to watch from the Milwaukee area right now that you got your pulse on?
Big Frank. He's a rapper from here.
He's been killing it.
Yeah, Maya P. She's the girl with the fairy song. I had her on my Summerfest show last year when she did the Get Into It song that was on like all the trending on TikTok. So I had her on my stage last year. Who else? Steve the Stoner. How can I forget about him? A good friend of mine. Who else? Nile X Nile. He's doing a really good job. I see him.
Who else?
And this kid, R&B, he's like R&B pop. His name is Micah Emrich. He's really dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
And let's just close it out here. Why do you choose to stay and live in Milwaukee?
One, because of my kids. I don't like being away from them due to my situation with my son's mother. So that's the number one thing, the reason why I'm still here. And also like my family, most of my family's here. They live here. So that's the main reason why I'm still here. And also I really love this city. Like it's very like small town, but not really that small. But like once you know everybody or know a few people, you know a good select group of good people for the most part.
Absolutely.
You can't get a spotted cow anywhere else in the world. So,
but you should drink 3 Sheeps instead.
Okay. All right. All right. I will. I can't wait to try it.
Oh my God. Gotta give a little plug there. Milwaukee Uncut Tropical Pale. I'll stop promoting myself with that this time. New York, thank you so much for coming on today. Great having you down. We gotta do some videos at some time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Bree and I will commit to going into the trenches at Club 720.
I think that would be really, honestly, I think it would be super cool.
In the fall, though.
Okay.
I need to block off the entire next day. I know Eric Kennedy's tried to get me there. The chefs tried to get me there.
No, you mean R&B Tuesday.
R&B Tuesday.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Yeah,
that would be good from a video standpoint. I think we could do both of them.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Bree would actually probably like both of them.
I don't think I've ever been in 720.
Really?
Unreal.
Oh wow, yeah. I think
we're
you'll love
more
it.
bar people, I would say.
I get it. Yeah.
But we'll yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. Then you're gonna see everything I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
It happens.
Oh, and if we could do some uncut in the field interviews there as well,
people would love that. People love that, especially when they're hammered. Oh my God.
Done.
You know what would be great if you go to somebody who has bottle service and literally just sit there and talk to them. Like, so why you do this and why you do that? Like that would be hilarious.
I agree. People need to know the inside stories of the cryptocurrency guys and the drug dealers.
I would introduce you to both. They're actually really good people.
Maybe we could get a good athlete on.
Obviously, I can't tell you who's going to be the drug dealers, but you'll figure it out.
No, we don't want to get anyone arrested on Milwaukee.
Exactly.
Uncut. That would not be good. Our mission is to bring Milwaukee together through non-traditional news, entertainment, and experiences, not get people arrested or outed on the show. So
there we go.
We'll end it at that. New York, great having you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.